About monogamy. Monogamy, a sacred testing ground. Yeah. What makes people go monogamous? What makes people commit? This is something I haven't been able to really figure out, other than some sort of spiritualized explanation. I'm in the midst of life just as you are, and I do not for a second claim to have the answers here. However, you've clicked on this video because the title probably intrigued you. So, yeah, what is it? What is that? What is it? Well, in my opinion, it's an exercise of your karma. It's an exercise of what you hold most dear. It's an exercise of your principles, your virtue, and who you really are as a human being, which is something that most people want to avoid. And it actually keeps them further away from joy and happiness and fulfillment. Pretty much. Now, these days, monogamy is a interesting choice. It's almost normal that everyone is kind of uncommitted these days. Pretty normal. Back in the day, monogamy was used as a way to ensure land, and so that wealth can be passed on to the next family. It was actually a sort of conservatism of resources. It was a safeguard for resources, which then gets justified, but in reality is just survival, is just, in a way, the ego perpetuating itself. Not necessarily bad. Not saying that this is always bad, or this is always untrue to the soul, or karma, or all of these things. But times have changed. How it used to be, it's a bit of a different topic that I don't want to get into now. Times have changed. With globalization, people have instant access to new individuals that offer new experiences and new insights. And this is from a person who's currently monogamous. What I see with forced monogamy is that people get resentful. People get upset. People get annoyed. People's energies weaken. Their individuality shrinks. Not in a good way. Not in I am becoming more selfless. That's what is being told by the mind. But the mind is kind of saying that in a way to not shake the boat too much and to stay within a secure container. Now, a secure container is definitely needed in any relationship. There needs to be some sense of trust, some sense of understanding and connection to have a secure container in the first place, right? However, this secure container can start to suffocate people. And this is often what happens. Why? Because I believe it's an extreme view. The view that I must be with this person and this person only for the rest of my life is an extreme view. You can have a commitment to it, and you can execute that commitment until the day you die. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will be fulfilled, happy, or realized, or whole. And that's sort of the lie that gets told with the whole marriage and the whole religious view. So I don't believe in just ruthless polyamory either. I think that's also another trap. It's another extreme view. I need to fuck everyone. I need to be with everybody. Complete extreme view. Again, so as a society, I think we should strike a balance between those two viewpoints. And there is an attempt being made at that by the West. although we do see a lot of darkness and karma just project itself in ruthless cheating, ruthless manipulation, lying, compromising souls, people compromising their souls, and then end up rebounding into some huge I am now polyamory rebellion phase where they completely lose themselves. And it's kind of this back and forth between, oh, monogamy, no, then that's wrong, and polyamory, and then, oh, monogamy again, I need love. And it's like this very bipolar existence. And if anything, I just want to convey with this video that we need to get out of these extreme views, and whatever is done must be done between two consenting adults that do everything in honor, in clarity, and in connection, understanding, and openness, and some sense of safety around it. Some trust has to be there. No falseness, basically. And you can really only do this if you're somewhat pretty awake. You actually have to be very awake to do this, because these type of sexual interpersonal dynamics go extremely deep. They go extremely deep. They are not a small thing like, yeah, watch that diet thing, don't eat the bad food. Like, this is psychologically huge for people. Psychologically huge. I can't say it enough, honestly. So this is only something that would be possible with two rather awakened beings that have a very firm and solid grasp and understanding of their emotions, where they are in the universe, a sense of contentment, completeness already within them. And then we can actually have a society that is, less based in deceit, lies, manipulation, and more honesty, love, and purity in what is being done. It will also raise healthier children, which at that point must be a commitment, in my opinion. If a child is born out of the two and the intention was there to conceive this child, it makes most sense for those two parents to raise that child. That makes the most sense, and that must become a certain mission. And after that mission is completed, they can do what they want. That might be an extreme view on my part. Like, it's like, oh, you raise a kid and then you just dip. But yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. There's something, it doesn't make sense for, people to have this sort of agenda and then be like, okay, the agenda is completed, but now we're like still gonna just be together just because of habit. That is the biggest thing you should avoid, being with another person out of habit and out of comfort, because that is what's gonna stall your growth, your progress, and your soul, and your karmic developments that you need to go through. So, hope this was somewhat useful. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.